out there. So, today I came to Walmart to pick up some school supplies. But in reality, I came out here to get some peace. And in motherhood, sometimes we just need some peace. So, why not do them both together? And so, I say, welcome to Mother Motivated. And I'm out here school supply shopping. And I want to know how it has been for you. So if you're that teacher mom and you just need to get out, well, now's the time because back to school is in full swing. Thank you so much for coming out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel. So let's survive this season together. So we're out here, and I want to share with you what prepping for going back to school is like as a teacher and as a mother. So, I came out here, and just because I came school shopping, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can't, you know, pick up some other things. So, of course, I picked up some detergents and all of the other things. And even though it's back to school season and all of these aisles are hustling and bustling, and to tell you the honest truth, Walmart has put all of those school supplies right at the front of the building. So as soon as you come in, they know exactly what you're coming here for. But they don't know exactly what I'm coming here for and maybe what you're coming here for. To tell you the honest truth, I said back to school, but I'm coming for a little bit of peace. So let's survive this together. And, get to the point where you're not just surviving. Because when we do it together, it becomes that much more fun. So, I chose a school supply aisle that's actually pretty quiet because you know what? They didn't put all the school supplies in one section, and you don't want to be bumping into anyone. As you're walking, you feel like you're bumping into people and stuff like that. Let's not bump into anyone because who wants to bump into anyone when you're actually school supply shopping? You hear the kids screaming, you hear the people talking, and of course, all of the above. So, whoever you are shopping for, have some fun. So, I'm talking as an educator who has gone back to work because school has basically, it's like in full swing in some areas. But I have gone back and started preparing for those kiddos to come back. So, it's dressing up the room and doing everything we're doing. And of course, mommy. I'm momming at the same time and figuring out, what they actually need. Hi, Blocks. How are you? We're out here school shopping together. And just let me know how it's been going for you or if you're actually starting at a later time. So, it has been chaotic in some way because not only are we school shopping for kids, but I'm shopping for the room and all these other things. And I come out and get a few things like, okay, so I know sometimes teachers use these like multi-use stickers. And the good thing about Walmart at times is that the prices, do you see these prices? Some of these prices are actually really, really affordable. And one of the things that I actually picked up because not only do I need it in, hi Yoha, how are you? Hola, hola, hola. Thank you very much for the like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. But they are selling some wonderful tape. And they have some for like $3, some for like $5, depending on how many you buy. But I believe that the best time to school shop in Walmart is actually during that rush time. I know some of us don't want to get out there, but it's always easier to return something if you don't need it than to try and get it later on. Hi, busy woman. How are you? It sounds like so many of us, right? It's the busy woman, busy mom. But when you actually get out there, um, yeah, it's so much easier to actually just return it than to try and get it after because more than likely they will be raising the price. Yes, busy woman, thank you so much. I know it's funny because we're out here. So I chose to pick up the transparent tape because you know what happens? You take the tape. This is like band-aids inside the house where anytime the kids need something, you know what they do? They grab for the tape and then it finishes so fast. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And I'm just trying to figure it out. So thank you so much, busy woman. And Yeah, they grab for the tape. So it's like, oh my gosh, mom, I cut my finger. Oh, I need a band-aid. I'm like, you don't need a band-aid. It's for when you're actually bleeding. Yes. So yes, busy woman, you have to get a lot of tape. And honestly, I chose the non-name brand one because it actually works just as good. I mean, you're not taping it on your mouth and you're not going to eat it. So it's actually, quite okay. And they actually sell this for like a dollar change in Walmart. And of course, you hear the little kid crying, right? This is like mommy blues. Like all the kids and moms are here right now, and this is just so funny. But yes, so you can actually go for the cheaper brand because it works just as good as the more expensive brand. And so, as much as I came out for a break, I hear all the kids screaming. But guess what? Moms, if you've come out to Walmart just like I have, and you want a little bit of peace and you didn't bring those kids with you, it's okay. Let the other kids scream because they're not emotionally attached to you. So we can endure it, we can enjoy it. And we look at the other moms and be like, man, I know you need a little peace because I've come out here with the peace. Come with the kids next time. Come without them. That's what I mean. Come without the kids. So, okay, enough on the tape. So, as teacher mom, I'm showing you all of these things. As teacher mom, one thing that I found works really good, actually great in the classroom, and I really do believe even when you're at home, that would be really good so that your kids don't make a mess. And sometimes I use it with my students because students make messes. Is the wonderful, look at this. It is the whiteout, the big whiteout tape, and it's so much easier to use. And this was actually affordable. Honestly, this one is like a dollar change. You can get them in bulk. I think the bulk is about $6 and change. Let me see if I see any of those over here. Actually, I bought it in the chaos aisle. That's what I call it, the chaos aisle. But this tape is really good, and it takes away from all of the mess and all of the distraction, and you get from the actual whiteout, the paint itself. And you won't get all of that stuff on your table. You won't get it on the floor and on the chair. And let me see if they have any in here of the actual whiteout. No, I actually don't see it in this aisle, but it's quite all right. I just showed it to you. But just a few things that you can actually look for. And so when you come to Walmart, they actually have notebooks. And so I find that these one subject notebooks are actually really, really good to have because you can have multiple subjects in them and they fit into the binders and you can actually split them up. Depending on if your kids are in college or not, those one subject books are good and they're easy to just, like I said, put in the binder or even throw out if you need to tell you the honest truth without throwing the whole thing away. 35 cents. And it's so affordable and it's so good and you can get many of them. Now, they do have the 5 subject books, and those for the kiddos because everyone doesn't learn the same. Everyone doesn't like to carry their books the same, and everyone's papers are not all the same. So, I find that you can also go for a 5 subject, and you can carry that instead of actually carrying the binder. So, if you're a mom and you don't know what to get for your kids, you know what you can do? Just ask them. They will tell you. And then you know what? You go out and get the cheapest version. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to get the cheapest version. Whatever you can afford. But you know what? Don't outdo yourself. I know that in elementary school, a lot of the kids go for the generic because it's shared within the classroom and it really helps the teaching process. So if you're out there shopping for elementary school, definitely go for the generic brands and those things that are not just personalized. But if you want to do personalized, go for something that they can use at home and, sorry, something that you can use at home and that they can basically use for themselves at their desk, okay? Now, I'm trying to think what else. So, if you want to give a gift to the teacher, you see these post-it notes back here? These are godsend. Definitely send in the post-it notes if you would like to give like a teacher gift or something that you really believe or think that they can use. You can do pens and pencils. Always give extras because by the end of the school year, they will definitely be done. I'm telling you. But these little stick it notes things, even in the different sizes, you see them here. All right. All these are great teacher gifts. Okay. Now, moms, in this chaotic season, I know we might be looking for gifts that you can give to the teachers and um, just trying to get out there because when you go school shopping, shop without the kids. Because to tell you the honest truth, if you go generic, they'll just take whatever you give to them most of the time because they tend to make the mess. And unless they really, really want something, sometimes it's nice to get them something that they would like for themselves. And if this is resonating with you, just let me know. Drop it in the comments, definitely. And so, have you started back to school shopping? Has school started for you? And are you winging it like me? I'm actually not winging it too much, but of course, if you're experienced, this actually works out. So definitely give post-it notes to the teacher because they do run out of them. All right. And kids can carry them in their bags. Now, you see these little decorative ones. This is what I was talking about. Um, giving kids their individualized type sticky notes and stuff like that. You don't have to, but these are like the best things for teachers, the little personalized ones, because they can give them to the students. Hi, kids time. How are you? And you can definitely give them to the teachers because they can personalize them for the students if they're doing well, if they've made some kind of achievement. It's actually really, really good. So, can I tell you what happened to me when I walked down this school supply aisle? Um, hmm. I walked down the aisle and of course I came school shopping, but then I saw planners. So instead of school shopping for the kids, I started looking at planners. You know what Walmart has now that I have never seen before? They have what you call the baby planner. Have you guys ever heard of this before? And I am not from Africa, African descent, but the actual country itself, no. I am Caribbean, yes, by birth. So now they have this thing that is called, look at this, it's called the parent planner. So I'm just like, all right, they start making all of these kinds of planners for all different steps of life or stages of life that you're in. And I'm like, all right, let's go back to school shopping. And then I go looking at all these planners and I'm like who doesn't have a planner that sometimes I don't even use? And you know what you need, moms out there, because we buy all of these planners. Look, I see this short, small planner over here. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this planner. And I am not salesy. We're talking about school supplies and but I mean, not necessarily having to sell it, but just giving my suggestions. All right, kids time. So they do have some planners here that you can actually utilize. And the thing is, one thing I've realized with the planners is that it's always good to have someone to go through it with you because sometimes we get to them and we don't look at them all over again. Okay, so what you can possibly do is, sorry, what you can possibly do is look at all of the different types of planners. They have them in blue, they have them in black, and they have them in all of these array. Kids time, thank you so much. And so if you need a planner, because moms out there, as much as your child needs a planner, you need a planner. Oh yeah, you got one? And let me tell you, I get one every year because they're actually great. So the one I get for myself and my family, a lot of people have digital calendars, but as much as my kids might go onto a digital calendar and we have one for the family and things like that, I don't like to do the digital one because, kids, as soon as they get onto a computer or phone or something, I have teenagers and I have a little one. So as soon as they get onto a computer, you know what happens? The games start flowing. So to keep everyone in order, this is the type of planner This is the type of planner that I get. It's not really called a planner, but it's a calendar, and I make it into a thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the desk calendar. You can see this? Yes. So it's the really, really big one that you can put onto your desk. And you know what I do with it? I put thumbtacks. Let me show you here. I put thumbtacks through those holes. There's two of them. And I put a thumbtack and I hang it on the wall. And this is where I write all of the information and everything that we need to do in the house. And so that works out well because everyone can see it and it's visible, and not only that, they can also write on it. So as we're walking by this wonderfully, this amazingly beautiful calendar, it works out for everyone. So let me show you the calendar here. So they have an array of them, as you can see, and they're pretty affordable, about $5 and change, $10. And then they have some more of those calendars over there. Usually, for the most part, I don't see them at Walmart, but they have them this year. So I don't know what it is, or maybe someone complained to Walmart. It wasn't me. Trust me, it wasn't me. I usually go to Office Depot, and they have those calendars there, and they're always so expensive. So it's really nice and refreshing to actually see them in Walmart. But those work out for the family. And even if your kids have work or anything, you can put everything on that calendar, and you know what to do for everyone. So just get the really big one and paste it. I don't know, however you want to hang it up. I use thumbtacks. It's fine. And I put it on the wall. I make sure they pass it when they're going to the room. Different things like that. Whatever works in your house. So, lovely, 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 lovely moms. Are you out here in Walmart like I am, trying to get like a breather or sometimes myself? So if this is resonating with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, now that we've looked at some of those items, I know we like glue and stuff like that. And one thing I learned about glue, if you're going for a glue stick, get at least 10 per child. You're going to need a good amount of them. Of course, when they start to get to high school and like college and stuff like that, you don't need as many. And I would go for the liquid glue, but for the little ones, definitely glue stick. You don't want the other things running all over the place, right? All right, so who's feeling like they're on a mini vacation when they go school shopping? Because honestly, the summer went by, and as a teacher, sometimes I just want to relax, especially when school time is done. It's just like, all right, I just need to take a breather. And coming into Walmart, like I said, I can hear other people's kids screaming and it doesn't affect me. And it's like the greatest thing ever. I can be around kids. It's the same thing at school. I can be around kids and they're screaming their heads off. And I'm like, all right, that's your problem, not mine. I mean, unless they really need help. So then you help out. But you know that a lot of these kids coming here screaming is because they want something that they shouldn't have. And so how you address that, however, that's just up to you. But just remember, you're not just a mom getting school supplies. You're a mom that's out there who is getting her peace. And however that is in your season of life, because in motherhood, we go through seasons. You can sit in your car coming back for a little while. And my son is at home because he wants to go out and I'm supposed to be doing it. I'm like, listen, I'm taking my time because I have set some boundaries where you want to do something, let me know what you need to do because I also need to do things, and we're going to respect each other, and we learn to do so. And when mom shows up whole and you have that strength, it makes a difference in your children's lives. Now, mama, hold it down because that's what you do. But make sure you're feeling good about it, all right? Don't just go and get things for just getting sake. So, what is one thing your kids always forget, the first week of school, right? What is one thing they always forget the first week of school? I tend to see, in the classroom that a lot of them, they tend to forget honestly, on the first day of school, the binder. Many of them come in without a binder, or sometimes even something to write on. We're living in a digital age, but for the most part, many of the classes that they go into still use paper. And because we're doing everything digitally, it's really a good practice. It's the same thing like when these kids go to college. It's a good practice for them to learn how to note take on their own. And so when they go in there, a lot of times teachers will give you um, an outline. But I know that many years ago, growing up, they didn't always give us outlines. Yes, they didn't always give us outlines, but what you can do is learn to note take on your own, because there may be something on that outline that is in maybe a video or what they're saying that you can actually write down on your own. So when your children go out to school and they sit down and they're ready to learn, make sure they have extra paper outside of what the teacher has given to them so that they can take notes. Because guess what? This is a skill you can take into adulthood, that you can be in a meeting, you can be on the road, and you just need to make some notes, whatever that may be, whatever it is, and that may be, you can give them the practice of learning to take notes on their own. So please do me a favor and drop a heart if Walmart is sometimes your escape as well, because I want to know. And what's your back to school tip for moms? And of course, trying to escape. Let's not make this a survival, but a time when we actually enjoy and we have fun. Go out there with your kids. You know how they are, but just know they're going to see some other things they want and they might just cry. You know, the teenagers will nag, and then the older ones will do the same. But it's okay. Enjoy the time that you're out, and I will talk to you all later. Once again, like I always say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And if this has resonated with you, definitely like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Bye-bye.